Hello, 𝗟𝗲𝗁𝗂𝗁 here. I'm a reporter at the Food Institute. I'm here at the Summer Fancy Food Show with 𝗍𝗶𝗱𝗁𝗂𝗁𝗁 of Bruno Bros. It's an iconic Philadelphia staple, and there's been some really exciting innovations that have been happening in the space and happening with the company for the past few years. So yeah, Emilio, do you want to talk about it for a bit?
Well, listen, I'll tell you that the food industry is always dynamic. I mean, fantastic and dynamic. And, you know, coming to SFA, to this fancy food show in New York and the West Coast one, I think that's where a lot of people really let their hair down and just show you the innovation that's going on. As a family business, the Bruno Brothers coming up, I would use this show to help inspire me and shape the direction of where we wanted to go as a brand and for the products that we wanted to sell. And so I kind of feel like I grew up in this business because of the fancy food show. But ultimately, the industry is so dynamic and so fun. You know, what I'm seeing from these makers is really the attention to details, getting to cleaner, less processed ingredients within the products, I think is the right way to go. And I also believe that the packaging, being conscious and aware of utilizing recycled packaging, as well as packaging that can then be recycled, really stands out to me. And there's so much inspiring, fun stuff going on here. My head is just like,
yeah, definitely. Speaking a little bit longer on the packaging and packaging innovations, one thing that I think is really interesting and I'm seeing a lot more of is windows and ways to see the actual product inside to communicate that clean label that you were talking about.
100%. Yeah. That's what the consumer wants and needs, and the consumer wants to know that if they're spending their money on the product, they don't want the surprise that it's not what they were expecting, right? And so when you get to this point and you can show the folks and give them the confidence, it just makes it so much easier as a brand. I think, like you, I'm seeing a lot of that, and it's very, very exciting.
Yeah. Are you seeing any flavors that stand out, any tastes, any flavor combinations maybe?
Yeah, well, what I'm going to tell you is that when I'm looking at this stuff, I'm seeing a lot more cross-pollination of cuisines and cultures that are standing out. I think Indian flavors are coming to the forefront more and more. And mashing that up with like an Egyptian flavor or a Japanese. Like, I think there's so much of that cool stuff that's going on right now. It is mind blowing. It is mind blowing.
Yeah, definitely. With the Bruno Bros product line, is there any new innovations that you just debuted or you're looking forward to showing?
Well, there's always really cool stuff going on. Like I said, I get inspired every day, not just in my travels, across the country and to Europe, but also just meeting with some of our makers and listening to the direction that they're going in. It's really refreshing to me. So yeah, there's always going to be new stuff. We just got all of our branding and packaging all aligned and organized, and now I'm starting to funnel in. I have probably 3 or 4 years worth of innovation in a pipeline that we are working on to start delivering really great stuff to our consumers.
Yeah.
And that's all going to be parsed out over the next 2 to 3 years, like I said. But it takes time to innovate because we're creating new flavors and new brands.
Yeah.
At the Bruno, we don't like to just white label a product. It's about working with the maker to create something unique and special, not just for the brand, to make sure that the brand stands out as unique and special, but for the consumer's sake as well. So I think that's there's so much.
Yeah, and there's also it's an interesting position that you have too with your influence in the specialty food industry. So it's really also promoting where you want the food industry to go as well.
Yeah. And I think being in that position, I don't take it lightly. I believe that it's a responsibility, not just of me, but of everybody in this food space. And I do believe that we with the checks and balances are that we hold each other accountable, and I love it. And I love, when I talk to different people, when they're asking me, well, why did you do this and not that? Couldn't you have thought of a different way to present the product? And like that kind of stuff really helps to innovate and create, right?
Yeah.
Question. It's fantastic.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much. And yeah, thank you so much, Emilio, for your time.
George, it's a pleasure, my friend.
It's always great talking with you. This is George Hajar with the Food Institute. I'll catch you on the next one.